Let's effing go. Guys, what is up? Ethereum new all-time high. The Jackson hole has dug us out of the hole of the market. Everything bounced off a key support. Who could have guessed? Who could have been talking about that all week? Don't go bearish key support, guys. We got the news. We got our tiny coffee. Let's go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so guys, let's get straight into this. We got a lot of news to cover. Don't normally make a video on a Saturday, by the way. Saturday morning here for me. But holy cow, it's big news. It's big news. This man right there, looking good, Jerome. Looking good. Looked tired as hell getting a Jackson Hole after his speech. This is the vibe, man. He's got the jeans on. Anyway, jokes aside, serious stuff. Jerome Powell says the shifting balance of risks may warrant a policy adjustment. That is some words there, isn't it, Jerome? Anyway, AKA rate cuts in September becoming more and more likely. Now, there is still the chance that between now and when the Fed meets in September, the proverbial brown stuff can hit the fan. You never know. There might be a big upsurge of people getting hired in the labor market, and the PPI falls off the cliff, and CPI falls off the cliff, and then or CPI jumps up, or whatever, the things could change that Jerome Powell may not like. But from what we're seeing, from the direction we're going in, rate cuts in September are coming. Okay, very interesting. Summary of the speech yesterday. Now, the shifting balance of risks that we just discussed may warrant adjusting policy, but we also suggest downside risk to employment are rising. So this is, again, the dual mandate of the Fed. Watch inflation, watch the unemployment. Employment risks are rising right now. We've discussed this at great length here on the channel. Inflation has been relatively tame, although PPI has definitely worried the Fed with the tariff situation. Anyway, labor supply has softened in line with demand. Fed abandoning flexible average inflation targeting framework, which is kind of misinterpreted across social media as the Fed's giving up on their 2% inflation target. But let's just say they're being a little more flexible on the inflation numbers. And 5, they can't take stable inflation expectations for granted. The Fed is preparing for a September rate cut. Let's go, guys. They are going to pour fuel on the fire of this market. Will it have long-term negative implications? We don't know. We're going to find out. Will this actually end up spiking inflation if they cut rates too hard, too fast, all that kind of stuff? Maybe. But that's for later us to worry about. Us between now and whenever that problem happens gets to watch markets go effing nuts because money's about to get super cheap again. How many rate cuts come in this year is anybody's guess, of course, but the cuts are coming, okay? And that's going to be big because that'll start unfreezing the housing market, which will start moving a lot of money around in markets in general. Things are going to get frothy, guys, and you have to understand, people are out here calling for, the 2021 top whatever. Oh, look, it's going to be the same, just like 2021. In 2021, in October, November, when we topped out in the markets, there was a big difference. The difference was that we had just gone through one of the loosest financial conditions ever, and the Fed started tightening the screws, saying, no, now we're going to tighten up financial conditions. Things are crazy. We're in the opposite situation right now. We've had very tight financial conditions for quite a while now, and the Fed is actually on the verge of major loosening. Now, there's been different parts of the economy globally loosening. Different central banks have been loosening policy and all that stuff, but the Fed's the big one. And the Fed is finally moving towards a massive loosening of financial conditions, which will heat up the business cycle. We could have a long way to go. Strap in. Get your tiny coffees ready. It's going to be a crazy cycle, guys, okay? I don't think we top out forever in like the next 4 to 6 weeks. A local top could be coming in 4 to 6 weeks, okay? Make no mistake about that. But I don't think that's going to be the top of tops. People will call it the top of tops. Those people will probably be wrong. Okay, anyway, Ethereum finally saw some good inflows yesterday. Let's double check these numbers here. Look at this. So we had 337 on Friday, 287 on Thursday. Now, it was following some big epic outflows, so the total for the week is actually negative, but we did have Thursday and Friday picking up some big numbers again. So we've had huge inflows into Ethereum ETF products, and is starting to reflect big time in the price. Of course, we hit a new all-time high for Ethereum yesterday at $4,888, let's say. Now, to be clear, this is not an epically big all-time high break. It's by a few dollars, okay? A few bucks. Just a few bucks, but it's an all-time high. Vitalik coin is back, baby. The vibes are good. Wall Street is buying. Holy cow. Now, as discussed, of course, multiple times throughout the week, markets de-risk into Jackson Hole. Everybody is paranoid about what the Fed was going to say. And even if Jerome had come out and not said that he's going to cut rates, which obviously the market effing loved, that the markets probably still would have bounced after Jackson Hole because most of the pain had already been absorbed into that. Now, you had two great opportunities to go long on ETH this week, both of which we covered here on the channel. That was the 20-day EMA retest here around $4,100, or the breakout of the downtrend here around $4,300. Either of those opportunities would have given you a great trading opportunity entry, targeting up to the all-time highs here. Nice trade if you hopped aboard it, okay? Beautiful move here for Ethereum. Just ripping this week. Nice. Love to see it. The big point I'm watching for ETH is the 1.618 Fibonacci line. It's around $7,000. Okay. Let's see how we go. Beautiful ETH. Beautiful. Of course, Sol's the catch-up play right now, but more on that in a second. Guys, if you're trading these markets, you need a good place to do that. The place is BitUnix. It's where I'm doing most of my futures trading these days. If you want to join me over there, it's a great place to be doing your trading. Okay. It's no KYC. It's no VPN. It's no BS. You can use it from anywhere. You're anywhere, so you can probably use it. Here's the deal, okay? Limited time offer. It's only available for about another week. When you sign up using the link down below exclusively, guess what? You're going to go straight to VIP level 3. It's going to save you 30% on your fees. You're going to get up to $400 in deposit bonus. So you deposit $1,000, you get $200 back. You deposit $2,000, and about $400 cash back in your account. That's crazy, man. And some insane trading rewards up to $8,000 plus 3 ETH. I mean, it's ridiculous, okay? So go check it out. Link down below. So check this out. The EU is expediting their digital euro plans with considerations to build on Ethereum or Solana instead of just private networks. Let's effing go, dude. All the major stablecoins are going to run on Ethereum, Solana, maybe another network. It's going to be crazy. Interoperability is going to be nuts between these top, so let's say 10 blockchains. Ethereum and Solana set to capture the lion's share of the business, though, I think, in this current situation. Gumshoe sharing this. ETH is up $65 billion today in market cap. Again, more than half of Solana's market cap in 2 hours. This is critical perspective for you, okay? Because I bought more Solana yesterday, okay? I didn't buy more ETH. My ETH bags are stacked. They're ready to go, okay? I didn't buy more ETH yesterday. I bought more Solana because Solana is going to catch up, okay? Gumshoe saying you really don't think Sol's going to go stratospheric with some suit shilling it as a centralized NASDAQ with 100 of the cost of Ethereum transaction fees. Of course they're going to. We need a main character for Solana. Who's that main character going to be? It's going to be Mike Novogratz. It's going to be Arthur Hayes. A new character is going to come out of the woodwork. I don't know. We're going to figure it out. But when Wall Street really wakes up and starts piling into Solana, it's going to get real frothy real quick because we're getting more digital asset treasury companies, and the Solana ETF's probably going to come by the end of the year. Okay. When it comes, Wall Street's going to pile in, and it's a $100 billion asset. Okay. It's going to have a lot more reflexivity price wise. All right. Just FYI again, that's why I bought more Solana yesterday. Okay. So Solana right now breaking out of this key area. Now, it's 18 and a half hours till the daily close, so you have to keep that in mind. Again, another one of those situations. I hope you guys didn't get mega bearish at key support lines, okay? These are key support lines for a reason. They act as support. You look for bounces there, okay? You don't sell at support. You sell at resistance. Keep that in mind. Write it down somewhere. Anyway, currently trying to get over the resistance of $205. You can see we were rejected back here and rejected back here at $205. Let's see if this current rally can move us up beyond that. Now, Bitcoin, Ethereum, quite a few coins are putting in red daily candles currently. Again, that's 18 hours to close still, so who knows what the heck happens. But after that epic pump yesterday, things are cooling off just a little bit. Solana has kept right on pumping, though, which I love to see. Beautiful move here by Sol, but you got to confirm that daily close above this 205 level. If it does confirm, long potential opening up there to get us back up to some of those much bigger levels here for SOL. The next levels up are at like 220. For example, you see 220 back here, key resistance, key resistance. After that, 240, key resistance, key resistance, key resistance. So it could be a big breakout trade here brewing for Solana. And I'm telling you, man, Solana is going to be one heck of a catch-up trade. The reason why I bought more Solana yesterday and not more Ethereum, okay? Because one of these is much farther off from its all-time high, and one of them has just hit its all-time high. Only by a few bucks, but it did it, man. It did it. Pengu, we love the Penguin coin. What a beautiful reaction off that 50-day EMA. In fact, it even came back down just a few minutes before Jackson Hole. Everybody started freaking out and panic selling everything. Actually came right back down to that 2.8 cent level, but a nice reaction off the 3 cent range at the 50-day EMA, breaking back up over the 20-day EMA. Penguin coin about to go to the moon again, potentially. Watch out here for a retest back down at the 20-day EMA at 3.5 cents. Or, of course, watch for the breakout trade at 4.7 cents, which is the previous all-time high we've been rejected at just recently, okay? Very, very interesting. The Penguin coin. Let's go. By the way, you can see a nice downtrend forming up right here, potentially breaking that right now. So if you're looking for maybe a shorter term breakout trade, look for the downtrend break here, which, again, the 20-day EMA retest is very just close below us here, but a breakout beyond sort of 3.7 cents could be the move that takes us to 4.7 cents at least. So it might be a decent trade there to watch out for, okay? It's not as great of a trade setup, let's say, but potentially something there. So keep an eye out for that. Dog with hat. A lot of meme coins, of course, rallying big time. What the heck is up with that wick today? Holy cow. Anyway, a lot of crazy, crazy meme coin pumps in the last 24 hours, of course. ETH and Solana go up 10%, and all your meme coins go up 30, 40% in a day, because that's the way it works. That's why I love trading meme coins, man. They are great proxies to whatever the heck is going on in the markets, all right? Anyway, right now, key levels came back up to 20 and 50-day EMAs and came back up to the bottom of this wild trend line right here, okay? Now, the task for Dog with Hat, I wouldn't rush into a trade on this right now, but if we get above the 50-day EMA, that's probably a trade potential. So that's 94 cents. You can put a trigger order in at 94 cents, trying to go long from there. Okay, but I think that's been a pretty volatile trade in the last 24 hours there. Come up to a key level of price resistance. Now it needs to get over that. 94 cents trigger trade could get you up a lot higher in the grand scheme of things. So let's see how it goes here. And of course, we can put that line on there as well and see that we're also now at the downtrend line too. So again, 94 cents becomes a very critical level for multiple reasons. So let's see how price reacts here to it. Tony the Bull Severino, BTC Dominance at Bollinger Band monthly basis line. Next stop is lower at the 50%. That's at the bottom of the Bollinger Band line. Holy cow, Bitcoin Dominance goes down to 50%. We are all getting rich, guys. It's going to be a good time. Philippines House introduces a bill to establish strategic Bitcoin reserve. Let's effing go. Now, introducing a bill is not the same as passing a bill, but still, introducing a bill is a big damn deal. And the bill says this: we're going to buy 10,000 Bitcoin, 2,000 BTC annually for 5 years. Amazing. Great. Guys, you may think, oh, but it's only the Philippines. It's only 10,000 Bitcoin. You're missing the forest from the trees here, because the fact of the matter is another central bank is getting on board and saying, shit, we need to have some Bitcoin. Okay? If every country in the world decides they need to buy 10,000 Bitcoin, guess what? That's a lot of Bitcoin, okay? So just FYI. And of course, the big countries like America will go, we're going to buy way more than that. Price of Bitcoin bounced off key support yesterday. Okay, we talked about this in yesterday's video. $112,000, not the place to go short. That was the place to watch for a bounce off of critical price support. Support from the 2nd and 3rd of August and the previous all-time high. And guess what? It bounced. Okay, now, here's the thing. Bounced up to the 20-day EMA. Fantastic. Love to see that. We are right here. 20-day EMA. Great. Now we need to see the price actually find its footing here. Okay, so let's see how things react over the next few days. That's not exactly right like that. Let's see how things react over the next few days here. If we can maintain above the 50, which is here at $115,000, and ideally above the 20, which is $116,000. Okay, this is a big news-driven pump right here. Consolidation will be normal after such a move, and of course, ETH is sucking the air out of the room, but still, good things happening for Bitcoin as well. By the way, by the way, I should let you guys know, I did swap out yesterday my bonk bags finally, mainly for the reason that I was looking at it and going, okay, well, you lost that much market share in the launchpad meme coin space that quickly. Not saying Bonk's not going to bounce back, because they probably have a decent chance of bouncing back, to be honest. But I said, okay, the reason I did this, a reason I got into a bonk position was solely based on that metric, okay? And I decided, you know what, we're going to flip that out. I'm going to buy block instead. So I bought some block yesterday. This is a much lower market cap coin, only around $70 million currently. And I looked at this. I've been keeping an eye out for a while. I was like, okay, it's at a 55% retracement from its previous all-time high. Seems like a juicy entry point. That, of course, was critical price support from back in few months, maybe a month ago or so, like that. This is a World Liberty Fi proxy play, essentially. Don't go aping into shit just because I bought it. Okay, I'm just updating you on my positions. You can always, of course, find portfolio disclosures down below in the description here on YouTube. But anyway, just updating you guys on the bonk situation and what I flipped bonk into. Anyway, that's it. Go forth and enjoy your weekend. I'm going to. I hope you do too. Fantastic, guys. You're awesome. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'll see you back in the next one. Peace.